This is the podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Podcast About Nothing. I'm your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice, and welcome to the very first ever episode of Podcast About Nothing. Boom, 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 boom. It's part 2, where we're discussing, hey guys, you see them post clearly no born a kulumisa cool kuma social media and everything, and like you see like okay cool a fully 1 million and everything. Guys, there's so many crazy things that are happening in the club, guys. Like, I was like, the conversation I was having was crazy. But hey, you're gonna hear for yourself. We're also discussing about the club culture that is happening around South Africa, man. Like, you know, we're speaking to one of a person who was working for my club and everything. And unfortunately, I can't watch her name, but you will hear she has a lot of juice. She has a lot of content. She has a lot of stuff that she dropped for us. And hey, guys, I couldn't believe the stuff she was telling us. But hey, she's someone who's been working to multiple clubs and she's seen it all. And she was telling everything that was happening in the club. So guys, do tune in and listen to what was happening on the first ever episode of Podcast About Nothing.
Because like any club, dog, you need to be able to convince. You need to make a nigga go to his overdraft and maybe even request a loan on the spot to spend on a girl because she's pretty and she's fun and she's promising all over whatever. But that's what niggas in the club do.
Coco, where I work at Coco, we work and then we get paid off of commission. So you get paid 10% off of every bottle you spend. You know how Ace of Spades is 18K? I make niggas buy 9 bottles of Ace and I leave with like 9,000, 10,000 a night because of my convincing. Whether or not I take that guy's number and I convince him to come back to the club, because it's never going to be a case where we meet outside of the club. I always give that person that, okay.
So is there like a strict policy for you to not date with the people or meet or hook up with the people there and stuff like that?
Right. I have never, ever, like I started working in the club last year, March. I've never dated anyone like in the club. The people I met my boyfriend that I have currently right now at a restaurant. I was on a solo date and he approached me and I told him that I work in the club from Thursday to Sunday. I go to the club and it just works. I go to the club, I come back, I go to him and I tell him about every single thing. Even sometimes that I'm bored, when I'm sitting with the person that I'm sitting with. And let me tell you, this is the thing. Niggas don't want to believe what you tell them. Sometimes I even tell guys, I have a boyfriend. And they're like, that's fine. I'm like, okay then. And I because they probably think that when I get drunk, I'm going to change my mind. And it's still the same tip that I was on. In the club, niggas are very desperate. If you ever see a guy who is in the club if you see a guy, the same person in the club within a space of 2 weeks.
You know what makes them desperate the most? I think it's the ego thing, because you're trying to have the hottest girl in your table and have access to the most luxurious drinks and everything. So if you don't have that, you always think maybe the people next to you or on the next table, they were like, oh no, the table's struggling or whatever, because it's about the ego, it's about status, it's about being looked at as someone who is like whatever that is like posh and everything. So like it's not like it's like a piece of
it is that case. It really is that case, and you really need to like learn how a nigga's mind works, because there's certain girls who, let's say like they don't work in the club and the guy buys them 10 bottles of Ace of Spades, they buy them Azul and 1942 Don Julio. They'll go home and sleep with the guy thinking that me sleeping with them will solidify that I'm in this guy's life. And then they drop you like a hot scone. And you didn't gain nothing from that.
One thing about these ballers, it's mostly the guys that just grew up not getting chicks. And now that their money grew, they think money is going to sort their life problems and whatsoever. And sometimes they just get lucky and take someone home.
Do you know what it is? You see, like the guys that buy Hennessy, like that they base with their friends. This is no shade. This is just an example. The guys that buy Hennessy, okay, they buy Coronas. They see that table with the lots of Ace of Spades and the lots of alcohol with the prettiest girls. So when they decide to get money, they think that, oh, this is what gets the girls. Not knowing that those girls were just there for a good time, not a long time. And then once they get to the position where they're spending, the expenditure is not equivalent to the money that they're putting in. they're spending all this money on these girls, thinking, but those guys had the prettiest girls with all of this. Why am I not getting the girls? When the girls were just there for pay for the night, but you're not my wife.
And bro, let me tell you, the trick is let me tell you, it doesn't matter how much you spend on a girl. If the girl doesn't like you or doesn't want you, she will not leave with you. It's simple as that. Because there's so many instances where we literally see a girl, like meet a girl in the bathroom and everything, and then you just have that eye contact. She's sitting across the table and everything. But when the night is done, time to go home, she's gonna jump ship. She's gonna come to you.
Sorry, I wanted to ask you, are you allowed to say which club you work at, or had you already said it, or are you not comfortable?
You said Coco.
Coco.
I no longer work at the club
Okay.
anymore. Like I stopped last year, but I used to work at Coco and Sook in Cape Town.
Oh, okay.
And then before, when I was in Joburg, I worked at Montana and Sumo. And let me tell you, it's nasty.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's nasty business. I left that club because when you were saying, I think it was Bafana, that like these guys are groping you and touching you. Why would you put that in your situation? I'm not gonna say that doesn't happen, because it does. That used to happen to me all the time in Montana and Sumo. But the person that I am, I stopped working there because I knew that that's not something I want to deal with.
Okay.
It's up to someone to remove themselves from that situation, not that it doesn't happen. So your idea of what if you being in that table, what if the guys feel ownership to you? Guys do feel ownership to you, but it's up to you to remove yourself from that situation. I did,
Okay.
out of respect of my relationship.
No, all right. So I wanted to ask, when you start this, I'm not sure if you were a bartender or a shot girl or a bottle service girl or whatever. I'm not sure. Promo girl, I'm not too sure. But I wanted to ask, do they train like the girls? Do you guys go through training to be able to convince guys? Like you said, you've got a special set of skills. You can get guys to spend 100K, whatever.
No, it's not that at all, because most of I was about to, okay, let me just say it, because fuck these people, they're not gonna beat me up. Most of the girls that are hostesses are ran through because they think that these niggas are the prize. How I started working in the club, I used to go to this club Drama, which was I think it's in Braamfontein. Yeah, I used to frequent that club with my friends in my fourth year of. That's when I actually started going out. Only in my fourth year, I started going out like so much, and some guy approached me. His name was Chris, and he's like, "You look so gorgeous. This club is opening up, and they want hostesses." So I never started as a sparkler girl or a bartender. I went straight into being hostess. And long story short, a hostess, you get paid to be pretty. You get paid to be pretty, look like a damsel in distress, get a guy to call you to his table, and then when they ask you what you drink, you upsell so that whenever they say that they're not going to buy that, you can downscale to something worthwhile. Then saying that you drink Hennessy, and then you say, okay, fine. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I say I only drink Cristal, I only drink Ace, and they say, no, I'm not going to buy you Ace, then say, okay, I'll sell for Verve or Moe, which is exactly what you want them to buy.
Yes.
I always see it from the outside and think that this is wild, but actually
so
now,
if you look around in the club and you find the prettiest girls, if they're not sitting next to a man, know that they're working in the club.
you know, the crazy thing I saw when I went to this other club here in Durban, there's these gents who are they were in that section, so we were close to their section and stuff. There was this gent who was literally outside their section there. Literally every girl that was passing, he would grab her and show it to him, and the guy would give a thumbs up or not. I'm like, no, don't, and everything. It was if they were trying to pick girls who are the hottest and put them in their section. They don't even ask them, what this, and he just grabs them randomly and kind of aggressive as well. I'm and just to point at him and everything. And it's just crazy because those girls, they didn't come to them and stuff like that. And the random guy is just coming in to judge if he can come to his section or not. I find it very distasteful and very weird and everything. And it's just is this the life that people want because they want to be seen around good looking women around them? Why can't you bring girls that are good looking to the club then if you want that shit instead of harassing people?
The thing is the thing is, the girls that the guys bring in the club, they've already had them. So when I used to work in the club, me personally, I'm not gonna downscare myself. I'm a fine babe. They always make sure that like whenever Casper comes to the club, whenever Ricky, rest in peace, whenever Black Diamond come in the club, I'm gonna be sitting upstairs the whole night until that day they come, and I'm gonna make sure that I pass by them. I'm bound to get pulled by either the manager, the promoter, or his best friend, or himself. And when I get there, like no, not even the celebrities, not even the celebrities are past being taken advantage of the hostesses. If anything, make those niggas spend the most, because they're gonna have this idea that you're a groupie, but you're a hot groupie. You're not like these groupies that they came to and rush them. You're minding your own business. So when I'm walking past the table, this is not to say that Casper has, but Casper grabs my hand and say, "Can you join our table?" I'm going to be like, I'm here with my friends. Like, we got our own alcohol. It's fun. But no, please come. Like, I will take care of you. Do you know? I know who you are, but like, I really don't want to. Okay, fine. Just let me know when you're okay. And then I come back to him, humbling myself, realizing that, oh, this is a celebrity. I should have known better when it's just part of my job. I go to them and they ask me what you're drinking. I tell them whatever this is. They don't look at me like, "Hi, Mo, do you think I'm not buying this because I'm a celebrity?" And then I'm just like, okay, fine. If you can't buy it, that's fine. I'm going to go. But he already saw me as the hottest girl in the club, and he's going to want to have me because he is the person that he is. So he's going to eventually buy it to have that pretty girl at his table. That, the celebrity is here. He has the prettiest girl. He kind of plays into my hand. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then at the end of the night, because I'm a groupie and because he thinks he is who he is, he's going to expect me to go home with him. So it's fine if he spends because he can afford it. And then I'm just going to disappear. I'm going to the bathroom, never come back. Or I have to this in the morning, can you drop me off? And they're never going to want to drop you off. So you just say, okay, then that's fine if you can't drop me off. Let me just go home. I'll request for myself.
Me, I don't blame Adam for eating the apple, guys.
No, but Eve, no one told Eve not to eat the apple. They told Adam not to eat the apple.
Exactly. No one told them.
So wait, on a rough, like tell us. I want to know. I'm interested about this. Like how, like the money you've like made, the most you've made in a club in a night. Like how much has it been?
Okay, so you get paid a flat rate, right? So if you come to the club, whether or not you get a table or you don't, you're gonna get paid 3,000 a night. Yeah. The woman of no color, you see the color girls and the white girls. The girls that are fine with drinking vodka and cranberry the whole night. They're the type of girls to get 12,000 a weekend if they work from Thursday to Sunday. Unless they find guys, you see our coons that are in love with the woman of no color, that's when they're going to make money and bank. But they want like the creme de la creme. So if you get a table, you're going to know that night I step out, I'm getting 3,000. And then based on how many bottles I sell, it's 10% of whatever that is. So it was on Casper's birthday weekend at Coco. That whole weekend where he shares the birthday with, I think, with Seho M.
Yeah.
Umtuka Miss Yoms. Let me not reveal, actually. But a very famous influencer, her boyfriend.
No, I know.
300,000 on me. So
What?
I got 30 clean. For that day. And then
Wait. Oh, so you get 10%, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe my
yes. The best weekend, like honestly, the best weekend, and I think I think I've only had like 4 of these, and they were mostly during June and December. The best weekend I ever made the most money was 72,000 a weekend from Thursday to Sunday.
So when you say he spends it on you, is it like
and that's how I ended up affording my apartment.
everything that he buys when you're at the table?
Whatever he buys for me. So if he's buying Hennessy, that's for him and his friends. They drink that. So that's on them. If it's champagne, if it's shisha, if we decide to drink Hennessy and the mixes, then it's on
What
us.
did you-
But the
The
waitress
for 300K.
Was this at Montana first?
The first one was the 72K was in Cape Town, but the other, like, I think 40,000 I got from a weekend was in Montana.
Guys, let me tell you, ne, at Montana, a Habli Cop just to smoke one session, 750. They don't
750s.
Yes. They don't sell Hennessy.
750 for the head for a refill, but a whole Habli is 1.2.
Imagine, bro, pay manje 3 pools, 4 pools, then this is 750, bro. So that's why.
A Red Bull is 90 rand, or Swan is 90 rand.
Exactly. No. Then they don't sell the VS, like the Hennessy VS, they don't sell it. They start from VSOP to the V to the XO, then the champagne. See Montana, but I don't even want to go there. There's no way. 750 for a corporate refill. Corporate refill.
But regardless of Montana and Suma, because they treat their workers trash, I've been in a situation where a guy felt so entitled to me because he spent over 100K on me that he was like, you're gonna go home with me. But because Coco is so accommodating to their workers, I was able to call up Answer to tell me that this situation is escalating. Like, can you please escort me home? Because they were threatening to follow me. You understand? But other than that, it does get to a point where, like, whenever, like, with the way I operate and I make niggas spend, that they, like, come hell or high water, you are going home with me. I'm just like, it's not easy at all. Not to say that it's harder than a 9 to 5, but your life is at risk because these people, if you're willing to spend 300,000 a night, you are crazy.
Yeah, obviously, bro. Like, I think also there, like, people just spend ridiculous amounts, like, unnecessarily. Like, but I guess it's necessary for them because it's the status and everything. And when you walk in the club, you know that's a baller and everything. And like, I also heard when, like, how do they spot a rich nigga, and they tell, like, no, we already know them. And also,
you look at their shoes and you look at their watch.
Their watches and stuff. I'm like, oh fucking hell. So, like,
you know, a guy that is dressed in Gucci head to toe, like La Kuchu Panya Panya, that he's broke. He's gonna buy Hennessy the normal one.
So, like, you get told all these things. I'm like, no.
No, it's not a case of taught. It's a case of common sense.
It's cool.
Because rich people are loud, wealth is quiet. If we're being honest.
True. Yeah, you're right.
So if I see a guy with the Gucci bucket hat, the Gucci top, the Gucci pants, the Gucci shoes, the Gucci handbag, and then I'm wearing a watch, that's a broke nigga. If I see you see the guys that wearing a jean net, and the black top that doesn't look like, you don't know where it is, but they wearing an Audemars baguette. That's some nigga with real money.
Wait, you've seen that in SA besides like the celebrities?
You'd be surprised the reason why these people spend so much money in the club is because they launder it. They go to the club, they give the club 500,000, the club will give them 2 bottles, right? And they will ring up the 500,000, and then they'll ask for a refund and then club will take their percentage, and that's how they will clean their money because they got a refund on their bottles, quotation marks.
Uncomfortable conversation.
That's how much people launder money. They buy bottles in the club and then they ask for a refund for a specific amount. The rest goes to the club, and then they got their money from the refund in the club.
For your own safety. GMI.
No, man.
Please. I've been in situations
what's your problem?
guns at me.
What's your problem, dog? Dog. She's speaking. She's not mentioning anybody's name here. You know. So she's just speaking in general, like what she like now. What you?
If I do end up like my life is threatened, one of y'all is the ones laundering money and screenshot.
and we know who was telling you to TMI. So we already know.
Exactly.
Guys, me na Gucci head to toe. So I'm not.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not mad.
What do you mean by that?
I don't have money, so I wear Gucci head to toe. I get what you said. Those are the ones who don't bad.
You know what? Like, there's a thing of like clubs, dog. It's like there's so much happening there. Like, I don't know why people are so invested in it. Clearly, that you can't have people so like absorbed in that culture without anything else, dog. That is there. Like, you can't tell me it's just alcohol and the honeys.
Now,
So obviously,
you see her last statement. That's what's happened. That one.
No, tell you, if you ever go to a club, right, at the bar and on the floor, there's at least 3 dealers that sell coke, molly, all these things per night. two of them work for the club and get a percentage, and one of them is a freelance. Everyone knows that there's at least 3 dealers on the floor per night selling drugs, and the normal club goer will never see that. If I go to I'm giving you guys FBI classified information. If I go to the club, if I go to the bar, and I ask for quarterly, they don't sell quarterly. That means cocaine. If I go to a bartender and you said, let's say you want to go buy water or a dash, and you hear someone asking, can I get 2 quarterly? They're talking about 6 grams.
Oh shit! So there's code.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, nah. This is like crazy because I'm thinking of like me. I mean, maybe people come with it and stuff like that, but like I didn't realize like there's literally people with it, like that literally like deal like about like it's everything is dodgy and busy. Like you would miss it. Yeah, but
there's even cops that are on standby. When you guys call and report, maybe someone OD'd or something, they was to put in.
These things happen and people see it, just they don't talk about it. And this is talking about something that everybody knows, literally. Because even you're agreeing with her because you know this shit, because you live in the culture, right?
But you also work in a club, so you also scam guys.
The codes are cigarettes, if you're being honest. Because in the club, right? In the club, they sell Peter Stuyvesant, they sell Camel Switch, and they sell, what's the other cigarette? I think it's Dunhill, right? If anyone asks for Marlboro, they ask you for Molly. If they ask for Quarterly, they ask you for Coke.
And you know what? They snip Coke like everywhere, dog, in clubs. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, get a drink, and next thing a nigga is pulling out a bag. I'm like, dog.
The securities by the doors of the bathrooms are not looking for who's going to go in and take drugs. They're looking for who's going to go in and snitch. They know what's going on.
And there's going to be like those guys, Baba. When you go there, the bouncer such as you, the phones stay in like a lock or something. There must not be pictures. No, as in, me, I'm coming.
Oh, look, I want to know this because like I've heard this so many times, but no one literally like ever says like, yeah, I know. Like there are people who are like, so I'm a hostess and everything, and nobody really knows what their job is like really in the club. But some people like always like speculating like low key, selling, like, oh, like they go to a guy.
There's different types of people for different jobs, right? There's hostesses, there's hosts, there's promoters, there's bottle girls, and there's waitresses. Waitresses serve you guys your drinks, your dashes, your shisha, and or izobis.
Yeah.
Your hosts are the girls that are down for whatever. Just pay them the price.
Shish. So like, yo, we want to go take you home tonight. I'm going to give you like 5K.
Right. Promoters are the people that bring the girls for the guys to do whatever. Those girls are unaware, which is, I hate those type of people. There's hostesses. Hostesses is what I am. Hostesses, I go to the club, I look pretty, I make this guy spend, and I have fun. Even when the music sucks, I'm gonna have to dance, make sure that the whole table's having fun. So that when I say, hi, bro, why don't you get another bottle? They don't say no because it's so much fun. Like the vibe is going. And then a host with a capital H is the people that come on the posters, like who host that
maybe this.
Right. But those, regardless of their 10K, 15K, 13K that they get, it's up to them to bring girls, not guys. Guys, ballers, yes, to spend, but girls that are down for whatever.
Yeah.
Or Eva, Mutika, or Ban. They also know that they have to bring girls that are down.
But obviously, like there's stories that they run like they're pimping girls up, and everything and things like that. Not to say them like they walk and everything, but like I heard this little like this story of like there's a what you call this thing, like they are pimps, they're the one that pimp girls up, that DM girls on Instagram and everything. Like, yo, we want to have a good time tonight. Also, who is this girl? Like, Bunny, that girl was who I knew. Bobby or what? I forgot her name. She was even like ousted on Instagram for like pimping little girls and stuff like that because she DM Black Pearl. What? I'm not fucking forgot her name, man. Yeah, but she was the one like prominently like leaving the club culture a lot. She's old now though, but
and the thing is, they push so much because they're getting a commission off of every girl. So if a guy does get a girl that Osman brought they're gonna get they're gonna get some money because they got them that girl.
What you said about money laundering, it makes sense. Because last week we were saying I'm a table at 1 million, dog. Like that thing like was like
That table you book for 1 million, you're only gonna get alcohol for 15 or 20,000, and then the rest you get back, all in the sense of you were gonna spend it and then you decided not to spend it.
so why is the 1 million there? Like why there
To launder.
like it's like the money's gonna be like I'm gonna come with the bar and I'm sure
Because
this is
if there's a table for 1 million, guess which girls are gonna go to Saints to see who's at that 1 million table? Guess which gents are gonna go to see who is at that 1 million table?
Oh, quite smart, but hey, which people love money, dog. Like I think money is like the root of everything that is quite like happening in the club culture. Because like honestly, Nami, like I remember like club was like very nice when people like literally went there to have fun. It wasn't like
When
this,
people went
like,
there with the Converses and Shoppers Apumazi Brown was when
exactly.
school the club was nice.
Yeah, like we went to dance, it's fine. But I guess like
It was fun.
okay, thank you so much for your insights, man. It was very like I enjoyed like
Appreciate it.
getting to know. Yeah, man, we shall talk soon.
This is the podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the Unfiltered Voice.